Yeah, good morning to everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Friday, the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to all my American friends out there. Um, there's probably no one here because it's like, what, 5 a.m. for them or some shit. But if anyone's watching this on YouTube or on the MDX website, happy Independence Day. Hope you have a great Friday night today. It's going to be a fun one for sure. Long to short ratio, there's not really any change. We've kind of we nearly hit 70% short, which is absolutely insane. Wait, did we hit it here? 16. We got down to 69.4, and we're currently at 67.7. So yeah, long to short ratio still heavily short. We like to see that it's pretty much stabilized around 68% since the 3rd of July. Well, since yesterday. So we'll continue to monitor this every day. I do think that if we get back over to like 60% long, it's probably going to be some sort of short-term top again. We said this last time. We dumped all the way underneath 100k before it switched massively. So yeah, we'll just monitor that closely pretty much every day. I basically check that once a day at the same time every day and just see the change and what's happening. In terms of short liquidations, we've got quite a lot just sitting here, still the same as yesterday at about 111.1k. It'll be interesting to see what happens if we do take that. To the downside, we don't really have that much. There is some stuff building in between 105 and 103. But yeah, I feel like they're going to want to build that up a tiny bit more. In the really local stuff, just have a look at the last 3 days. We do have some very local stuff at 107.5 and then again at 105.4-ish around those areas. Very, very locally. And then obviously 111 around there as well. In terms of the order book, we do have something come in. This is like 530 at 110.4. Another 400 at 110.7, and then another 250 at 111 on the short side. I'm not really sure if those are real or fake though. They were just put in after this recent high. To the downside, we've got stuff all the way down at 106.3, 105.106, and 105.5. So yeah, those long orders kind of match up with the liquidity at 105. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if we do start taking some of this stuff to the downside. But yeah, that's it for the metrics. Let me change my screen. Check the chat as well. Wow. Yeah, that was probably in response to something on X, wasn't it? So yeah, Bitcoin, we hit this area of resistance that we were actually talking about potentially too short. I mean, 2 weeks in the combination band, some bearish divergence. We look like we're coming down to retest the weekly open. The Q3 is untested as of now, and we do have the combination band coming in around the support zone at 105. So that 105.5 area on Bitcoin is definitely an area of interest for me. There's quite a lot of things that match up there. So we've got the combination band, we've probably got the Stuber pocket, we've got support, we got the liquidation pocket, and we got those long orders on the order book. So there's a lot of confluence there that potentially could be the next long zone. Uh, very simply, just even if we just do that, you can just see that this area right here is a potential area to long around 106 to 105.8, and we'll see what happens if we wick that liquidation stuff as well. So yeah, the 618 also comes in around the Q3, which is untested as of right now, so we might see a bounce from here, and then maybe like a lower high, and then back down into the pocket. But it will be the weekend, so it'll be quite low volume. And yeah, we'll see what happens. The weekly chart, definitely going to be watching this intently to see how this closes and how this band acts as well. This is going to be a very interesting close this weekend. So yeah, just keep an eye on that as well. When does the 3-day close? 3-day closes on Sunday, so yeah, that's kind of just going straight. This is looking a little bit bearish on the 3-day as well, because as of right now, we do have a break of structure here and a bearish retest. Well, two bearish retests there. So it's it's interesting for sure. But yeah, it's one of those ones where it's still looking a little bit like downwards channely. So yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. There is definitely a long at those lows, like I said, as we are in an uptrend on the 4 hour. Since we broke this high, and yeah, it's not looking too bad. ETH Bitcoin. Let's have a little gander at this bad boy. So yeah, ETH Bitcoin has reclaimed this swing, which is really nice to see. Uh, we this is a break of structure as of right now. What we need to do is we need to do a higher low or a double bottom, and then gain June. So this bit we need to gain this bit back from basically the June level to reclaim. But as of right now, we are doing some local regains on the 4 hour, and we have regained this very local 4 hour swing. So yeah, it's not looking too bad. We obviously got the double wick and the combination band, and we're having a little bit of a pullback. It's obviously to be expected, but yeah, if we can hold somewhere here or even down here in the combination band and the double um, overlapping support, and then gain June, this is going to be looking really fucking good for us. Just let me know if the stream's fine, guys. Yeah, I think it is fine. Just getting a tiny bit of lag, just a really tiny amount. But yeah, looking fine. Again, ETH, we'll have a look at ETH as well. Again, we have gained this back, which is really nice. We're potentially doing some bullish retests here. I'm not sure if I would long this area. I'm more confident of longing this bit down below. And the reason why is obviously because there's just a lot of confidence down here. And yeah, so that's about a 2.5%. So if you are to ladder in here, it's definitely possible that you could ladder in. I would maybe potentially, what I'd do is I'd do two different trades on two different leverage. So one would be a higher leverage 886 retrace, so really down at the bottom here, maybe some orders down at the bottom with a tighter stop. So if I'm on 5x, I can basically have that as like a 1.5% stop, a little bit wider, yeah. And then maybe I'll ladder something like normal, like light at the top down here, and a little bit more towards the bottom, uh, on slightly lower leverage, maybe like 4x as well, on two exchanges. But yeah, that's also looking relatively good as well. So we really don't want to lose this low now, where the A86 comes in. We really don't want to lose that. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, and I definitely think I might set some orders on that after the stream. Let me just pour myself a bit of coffee because I'm a little bit tired today. But yeah, as always, just slam your alts in the chat because altcoins are looking very interesting at the moment. So yeah, I don't really want to look at ETH or Sol dominance charts at the moment. It's more we should more look at that once a week on a Monday when we get the weekly closes. So Sol nearly made it up to the 786 for a short. This is lagging a little bit. I'm just gonna delete that now for the sake of just looking at this a little bit easier. Currently, after we did this 4 hour candle right here, so this 4 hour candle was the breakdown, and this was the retest. We're currently coming back down to retest levels lower. So yeah, you probably see this a little bit easier on the 1 hour. Breakdown low, bearish retest, and then coming back down to here. So if anyone caught any of that short just from the weekly open, which was an easy retest, you should be looking at a TP at least, and then looking towards May and March to potentially close out most of your position. Yeah, Sol's a little bit. It's looking a little bit wishy-washy at the moment. If we can hold this low, it'll be looking quite nice. I don't know why my Trendmaster is not working. Actually, that's not even a stupid because we didn't make a new high. So, yeah, potentially this is gonna maybe even make a new low, just because we have a high, uh, a lower low, and a lower high on the hourly time frame and on the 4 hour. So it's either gonna hold here and bearishly like either make a new high or bearishly retest and make a new low, or we're just gonna come down into here into this area again. Not really the most clear-cut trades on Sol at the moment, to be fair, to be honest. I still think this has the potential to come all the way down into this support zone right here. So you're looking at potentially a price of 143 and 142. Maybe something like that, and then one more down into there. So yeah, that's Solana. We'll have a look at Pepe because we did catch a few good trades on Pepe last week. Yeah, so this is currently losing its this actually closed beneath its Q3 level. Again, we got caught in the combination band with the W reversal. We also bearishly dived on the 4 hour, but we have made a new high and we are making lower lows, higher lows and higher highs. So again, this is the same trade that we've done 1, 2. This is going to be the third time in a row. The same exact trade. If this does come back down into here, it's a potential long. It's a potential long zone. So yeah, I mean, the range is a little bit big, but if you can place some around the 886 in the combination band and maybe manage to catch something down here and then the low holds, it's potentially looking like this could like come back up and like retest here and then even here. And maybe even make a new high up to August if you're lucky. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. Again, we hit a trade here and we also hit a trade here. Both got caught in the combination band. I mean, this is textbook stuff. This is exactly what you would see from trading a coin like this. And they're also swinging about 17% on that, 17% on that. You know, like it could do another at least 5, 12, 17. It's good. It's good numbers on this. And obviously the risk is like, yeah, you're looking at about 2.5% raw risk. So yeah, keep it to 4-5x max. Max, like 5x, you're pushing it a little bit. We got the same setup kind of here on PopCat. Yeah, we got the combination band coming in around the support zone. Yes, it's looking good. Potentially an area to long again. Oh, I've actually... So one thing that I've started doing, which is really, really actually good, is I'm going on all these coins like Pepe, PopCat, stuff like this. I'm going on Hyperliquid. I'm basically doing exactly this with nothing on. I'm just basically doing this combination band. I'm going, okay, this is the zone. 3x cross, ladder in some 3x cross bids here, put the stop below the low, bang, just leave it. I've got about fucking 5-6 coins that I've just done that on now, because like I'm not really on the charts like all the time, so yeah, that's a nice little trick. Nice little trick for you guys. And you can kind of just do that on anything. Just draw your fib, just ladder a few like low leverage bids in. Make sure you obviously put a stop below the low, and then just like leave it, and hopefully like some of them will get hit at some point and bounce, and you'll just have a trade which is like 10% up at some point. But yeah, same thing. Fart coin. You know I love my fart coin. We've hit this May resistance. Currently, actually looking to bullishly retest the weekly open in the Q3. But yeah, again, if this comes in between June and the Q4, I will be. I mean, it would look good for a long. Again, I'm looking to long retest. I wasn't looking to chase up here yesterday, but it looks like if we start like breaking down a little bit lower, I will be looking to long retests. I'm very happy to do it, and yeah, it looks alright. It looks alright. We've obviously just hit resistance up here. Damn, I'm getting a bit of lag. Is the stream okay? Hi Jack, how are you? Hey, how's it going, Prabhu? Got my fucking guys in here, bro. Happy Friday, everyone. Anyone got any weekend plans? I'm going out for a nice little dinner tonight, and then I'm gonna have a few drinks somewhere. But yeah, let me keep going. Just slap some stuff in the chat for me to look at as well, bro. So yeah, that's Fartcoin. Hype. Yeah, again, we've hit resistance here. This is just a coin that I'm just looking to accumulate whenever, whenever is good. Let me get a fresh chart on this actually. Let's get the Nance chart out. And we'll turn off these. Actually, no, we'll leave the combination bands on. So this is actually not good for a Stuber because we haven't made a new high from here. This is actually potentially a short in between here, just for a little scalp down into like the weekly open, down into this support. No, I'm saying short this, but obviously it could just do anything, and yeah, it's just like it is a strong coin as well. So potentially you kind of want to see. I mean, you kind of want to see maybe this come down into here, and then maybe it comes up in like wicks, and then it like fails here. I don't know. There's potential for a short there, but anyway. Yeah, again, like this is a nice strong coin. I'm really happy to accumulate this. Anyway, really, anywhere is good for half art coin, but there's not really too much happening there. So Sui, let's get rid of this now because that trade is gone and it's done and it's really really nice. Happy days. We've actually kind of been crushing the market recently, to be honest. It's been really really easy to trade. Has anyone found that the market's been really easy to trade recently? Like Bitcoin is obviously a little bit like temperamental at the moment, but I find that the market just recently has just been really fucking easy to trade, like, which is very simple. Like, anyway, yeah. So we bearishly dived. We got all these wicks in the band. Currently failing daily open. We are getting a bounce from the weekly, which could potentially get rejected again from the daily to come back down into the Q3 level, which is untested. All these Q3 levels, they're untested. The potential longs, especially if we can hold. And again, you can also pull a fib from this low up into here. And that will come in around the top of the combination band, and the 886 comes in around the top of the support zone. So yeah, again, this is very similar setups on the same thing. So we're looking at Sui, we're looking at I'm actually should I do a pro? I'm actually going to do a Pro 6 post probably on this. Looking at Sui, we're looking at Fartcoin, we're looking at Pepe, Popcat, ETH, everything potentially good to long. Injective, actually, this is looking a little bit more weird, to be fair. But again, we've currently failed this. So if you're a scalper, you can go down to the lower time frames, maybe the 15-minute. You can try get something around this daily weekly open because they are close together, which I do like. You don't want to close above the daily because then it starts looking a little bit more bullish. But there's a potential short down into the Q3 and then again into the combination band where you again, you know what I'm going to say, pull the fib. It's probably going to come in somewhere around there, and then a potential long for higher. Yeah, this looks interesting for sure. Oh, there's just way too many things on this chart. Yep, not looking too bad, not looking too bad at all. And last but not least, we'll just have a quick look at render. which has come up and hit resistance here. So that is actually what we kind of need to gain back quite badly. We are making some slight higher highs, which is nice to see, and some slight higher lows, which is also nice to see. Again, we've just hit heavy resistance up here. It's probably in the combination band. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's hit pretty perfectly. And yeah, we're currently underneath the Q3, which is a little bit bearish. Potentially, again, another long here, but this isn't looking as nice as maybe some other stuff. We are potentially holding this over there, but I wouldn't bank on it. So yeah, it's looking like it really needs to break that. I mean, is that why is that a 4 hours level? Yeah, so why don't we just move that to the daily level? We'll just move that up there. That's way better. Yeah, that's way better. That's the daily level. So yeah, we really need to break this. That is the big one. And if you get a break from that, this resistance zone, it's gonna do something like this. Hopefully, bang, bang, you long. This is the easiest long of your life, and then it goes all the way up into here. Bang. It's a textbook, really, really safe trade if it does do that. It's perfectly got a nice little resistance zone. We've perfectly got this like little swing, daily swing up in here. These also exemplified by the weekly open, the Q2 as well. Nice, nice, nice. We love to see it. So yeah, that's about it for what I'm looking at, what I've got to talk about. Those are the things I'm looking at. I'm not trying to spread myself too thin, but yeah, it's the market looks good. The market's nice. It's nice and slow at the moment. I quite like the slow summer vibes. It's not all crazy after the fucking bombing and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys are looking at, and again, like just any altcoin like this that has made a new high and hit resistance, you're potentially looking to long down here, and then you might be bouncing at its weekly or its Q3. Potentially, you can short back up at the highs, something like that, and that's your two plays. Just make sure your risk is adequate on either side, and you have a little bit of confidence either way. But yeah, it's there's some pretty juicy setups coming, bro. Like that's a 1.3% range, which is really, really good. And then if you kind of ladder down, you can get your entry down to there and put your stop at 2% below the wick. See, something like that, I'm very happy to like ladder bids in, because the risk is fine, everything's tight, it's all really good. You can even, like, if you want to risk a little bit less, you don't have to go on 5x, you can go on 4x, and then either put your stop a tiny bit looser, or you can just like risk slightly less than 10%, so you can stomach a little bit. And then you can either like ladder in more heavily down towards the AA6 to get your entry lower. So there's just a lot of stuff you can do to mitigate risk, especially when laddering in. Because laddering bids in is always like, before time is always, sometimes you kind of want to see the price action, but then when you see the price action, you get a little bit like, you change your plan a bit, you get emotional if you're not an experienced trader. But yeah, something like this where the risk is super tight and there's a decent amount of confidence, I don't really mind it too much. But yeah, I will be doing some stuff like that. 4th of July in the US, fireworks. Oh yeah, exactly. I was saying at the start, 4th of July. Injected has low on the 4 hour. It can go even more low. Yes, it can. Let's have a look at Injective again. Damn, I'm lagging a bit today. So on Injective, I've got this drawn up on this random chart, which we wicked, and we actually closed above the 886. So I'm going to delete this now, just so we can more easily see. So we do have this support around 9.2, 9.3. On the 4 hour, we've come up and hit June as resistance, so this is the first tap on June. This is what we need to gain back as well. I mean, we kind of have nearly done the gain, but we have made a new high from the low, so if we do make a higher low in here, or even hold Q3, it's going to be looking to potentially break the resistance. Conversely, it can go lower. It still can go in between 9.7 and 9.3, in which that will be the gigabuy zone, but it's just potentially looking a little bit weird because we did a new high here, a higher low, and then a lower high, and then a lower low, and now we've got a higher high. So yeah, just out of interest, is this it nearly hit the 786 there, nearly. Okay. Yeah, I mean this potentially, we're seeing some lower time frame breakdowns just now on all these alts. So the breakdown was basically the last couple hours. So potentially you're looking to short in here, especially when this comes down, and look for either the Q3 or the Stuber long now. So yeah, it can go lower. We look like we're trying to get something here, and then bearish retest, and then down, and we'll either get a bounce here and do something, or we'll just go a little bit lower. Over the weekend, doesn't look bad though. There's definitely some plays. Like if you don't have any plans this weekend, there's definitely like some like scalp, and then maybe like long, and then yeah, like get the Stuber at the bottom. Nice. Personally, I can't. I don't want to watch these trades. So look, that's a little bit, yeah. So I'm gonna just wait for the longs at the bottom, the Stuber longs. Could you have a look at XMR? Yeah, for sure. For sure, bro. I like XMR. Um, First of all, what is this line that I have on the chart? I don't even know what that is, but yeah, it seems to have worked pretty well. We'll just go to the daily and just have a look at it on the daily first. So yeah, we have a swing test here actually already. Just about. We have a swing test there, which is quite interesting. Do we have any data going back here? Let me just have a look on the weekly. Okay, that's a weekly high swing that we haven't tested. I mean, that's a bit too far back, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, on the 4 hour, it's looking like potentially accumulation actually. This is looking like it's accumulating. Um, I'd say there's another sort of resistance here, which we hit back there. That's a really bad circle. My bad. Which we hit back here, and we've kind of been in a downtrend since we did this, which was the break, and then the low high, and the low low, low high, low low, low low. This potentially could be the low down here from the 23rd of June, as we have started to farm out a little bit structure sideways. It's not looking too bad. Let me keep that. Let me have a look where the 4 hour combination band is. It's like squeezing slightly higher. We have the Q3 coming in around there, which is interesting. A lot of overlapping support here. So This is potentially looking to squeeze higher actually. And if we can manage to break this and hold, then yeah, we could see a squeeze up into like 365. Seems to be a lot of support around here now, which is like 305 to 310, like around that area, which is quite nice. Um, yeah, I don't mind that. I really don't mind that at all. We also, if I look at the daily, so the daily, the daily did the test of the swing the same time it got the double wick in the combination man, and we also got the change on the retail stablecoin amount. So that's potentially signaling a bottom now. We didn't get the green dot on the oscillator, but it's not needed, but it would have been nice for the confluence. But you're potentially looking at a bottom here on XMR, which is not too bad. I think it just has a little bit more ways to go in this accumulation. Like it's not gonna just break out straight away. It will do something like that, and then it will go for the highs. Not bad though, bro. In terms of like the short term, yeah, it's looking like this weekly is untested. We've got a nice wick on resistance here, so potentially this is a bearish retest of Q3 to come and test lower, either the weekly open or where we got like the overlapping demand in on the 4 hour and the 1 hour down there. But yeah, it just looks like accumulation to me. Mate, mate, mate. So yeah, I like XMR. It's a privacy coin, right? Pretty sure it's a privacy coin. A lot of people are talking about XRP recently. The XRP army. Yeah, I mean, we had a look at this yesterday. There's just too many lines on this chart, but it's also. Mm, I don't know. I don't really care for XRP that much, do I? Mm-mm-mm. Yes. But yeah, if that's about all I've got to kind of talk about at the moment. If anyone wants me to look at anything else, feel free to slam it in the chat. And yeah, ETH's looking pretty decent. So yeah, the things I'm watching: ETH, Pepe, Popcat, Flutcoin, Hype, Sweet. I can't remember if there was anything else. We haven't looked at Doge actually. Again, it's just pretty much the same setup. I mean, you kind of want to just take off these auto charting tools and just do that, and then be like, okay, fucking, what are we doing here? Okay, cool. That just comes in really nicely. It's probably a really that's a nice tight range as well. 1.1%, 1.2%. Nice. The low from the 786, I mean, the candle close is 1.7, but the wick is 2.5. I mean, you're looking at 4 or 5x leverage on that. So it's just like looking good. Again, on the 4 hour, you got caught in the combination band with the bearish div. Nice. And yeah, you potentially can catch Potentially could catch a new short over there around the daily open in May. And then hopefully it goes back into November in the 786. Same playbook. Can you look at CRV and Moodeng? Oh yeah, so Moodeng, I actually Moodeng's one of the coins that I have some 3x longs on. Well, I don't have a long on it, but I've set some 3x orders because it's had a really big spike all the way up here, right? Let me put this on the daily. All the way up to this swing there. And we've also got another one up there. We've kind of got one there, but I mean, I guess it's actually this. But I don't want to mark too many lines on, so I'm going to just leave it like that for now. Yeah, the auto titles, yeah, we obviously, after we got this big wick on this 4-hour close, yeah, it's just looking like a little bit shorty. Again, if we slap these on and just slap the do that, I think the Q3 retest is potentially an area where we could catch something. Again, the weekly open is untested. You got the 786 below, and then you got the 886 on the Q3 in the combination band. So potentially all areas to long. I've landed in mostly around the Q3 and the 886 just because I really want to catch something quite deep on this. But yeah, I think this is potentially going to fail the daily and come at least test the weekly and like wick the 786. So yeah, that's something that I am actually trying to get positioned on. To be fair, it's a good shout from you. Yeah, if it's really bullish, it's gonna hold the weekly open in between the weekly open and like 0.16, and then the 786 comes down around 0.15, which is this little swing, and then yeah, the 886 down here. So yeah, you got some levels to go for there for sure. It's really nice on the daily time frame as well. Doesn't look that great on the daily, to be honest, but yeah, you kind of want to see a lower high on the daily, and then this to at least break up into the yearly. I mean, on the daily, that looks like a super bearish retest daily candle, doesn't it? But yeah, I do think it has the potential to hold there for the Stuba. What was the last one? CRV. Yes, CRV is a DEX, right? I think this is a DEX. Ooh, this is looking interesting for sure. So we got the daily combination band coming in just below this support. I think I've marked this swing all the way from where the fuck is what is this actually? That's all the way from back there. Again. Yeah, you got some overlapping support on the Q2. There's a potential long here if the invalidation is right. Yeah, it's about 1.5% stop from the Q2. I think this is going to go slightly deeper because that looks like quite a bearish retest. And maybe back down into support. Looks a bit weird this actually. Let's actually just go to the weekly time frame quickly. Hmm. Hmm. This support at 49550 is just about holding as of right now. So yeah, potentially an area too long. I'm not really the biggest fan of that though. But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna keep it nice and concise today. Keep it nice and it's a 40-minute recording.